What is the weirdest crisp you've ever seen?
I think this is like a two-part answer for me. So like I think that the salt and shake bags, I always found that they were like fun because they were like functional. And I think everyone just kind of wanted to pretend they had a job when they were 10. And so they would like, oh, okay, whatever. But I felt like there was no even distribution. And also the salt, if you did get it on the chips or like too much of it on the crisp, sorry, chips American, um, that it would be a bit like, oh, like just a bit too salty. And the second half, I would think, is I don't think the reason why I haven't done this like on its own is because I don't think it does class it on its own. But I think in Dragon's Den that someone came and brought on, they said that they loved crisps and chocolate. And so they had chocolate bars with crisps like built into them, baked into them. And so but Peter Jones was like obsessed with it. I think he actually bought them. And it was like she only at the time, I think she did like ready salted cheese and onion, salt and vinegar or whatever. And the only one I could imagine kind of like entertaining would be the ready salted one. Because I do think that like popcorn and chocolate is nice and stuff. But I would never have done like the cheese and onion and chocolate. But I think that's like it's not the weirdest crisp because it's a chocolate bar, but it's the weirdest place I've probably seen a crisp.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's really one of those things where you see that I think they're enjoying it, then they just don't invest. It's like what? Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch back and see if he did invest
I
because
don't think he.
he was like, my wife's gonna love this.
Yeah,
Um, and pure like getting her hopes off if he then said, but I'm not gonna buy them.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And the other one that caveats that is there was these men because they were they were doing the individual the salt, but it was like different flavors. So they found the different packets, so you pour it into your own crisp. So it's like six.
Yes,
And then
I saw that one.
you think that sounds like a good idea, but then
Yeah,
really, who's going to want to actually spend time
yeah,
going? I think I want that flavor instead of that. They'll just want the crisp.
yeah,
They don't want to faff
yeah.
about with it for too long.
I think he got an offer though, like a deal, because I think his was quite sustainable, and I think he was talking about how crisp packets aren't very sustainable. They don't like biodegrade or anything. So I think he was like, these are all biodegradable. And so I think Deborah Meaden might have bought that one. I can't remember.
And I think that's a key issue with crisp packets. You don't want to see a dolphin eating hula hoops in the ocean. No,
No.
no, you want to see a dolphin eating Monster Munch because the far superior crisps. That was a horrendous joke. I think that's why more sustainability in the crisp department is key to keep the future of crisps, or as the Americans call them, chips. That's happened to my grandparents once. It's a tangent, but we'll go on it. Where they had asked for a bowl of chips and they wanted chips,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
accidentally got a bowl of crisps. But that isn't what they wanted. But because they'd forgotten that the switch around,
Mm,
they got the wrong thing.
the old switcheroo. Yeah. It's like French fries, isn't it? That's where they say, oh, do you want French fries? And so we have to say French fries because if we get in the chips debate that they just don't understand. So, um, but yeah, and then there's just that perfectly weird crisps is right there, but whatever. I lived in Australia, like 9, 10 years ago, and they call them hot chips.
Wow.
Yeah, Chris. Like they call chips hot chips, and then um, did they call cold? They just call them chips, I think. Yeah, like a bag of chips, or maybe they say crisps. Oh, I can't remember, but they do say hot chips, which I was always like, that's so weird.
Yeah, and the key issue here is that the French fries are not made in France. They're made in the back in the kitchen in America,
Probably
or wherever,
fries.
yeah, or wherever they're being served. They're just not. If they're in France, fair enough, but they're not really French fries because they're only French fries if you get someone from France to fry them.
Yes, yeah.